Hello, my name's Oliver, this is Prison Architect. Welcome back. It's day 12. Can we forget the fiasco that was the morning of day 12? Last episode, if you remember, we had one of our patrols, was a dog patrol, was sniffing around this area, and it kept flagging up there was a tunnel. So we searched for it. We searched this cell block to the right and to the north, and this to the northeast. No, it's west. I hate east and west. But yes, it's to the northwest. And we found this tunnel system and a few irate prisoners who have now been rendered unconscious and or been placed into solitary confinement or just incarcerated in their cells, like Hornybrook here. So we averted a disaster of people trying to escape. So I am quite happy. Although why they tried to escape under the yard, I don't know. That is probably the worst method of escape. Which has made me think, perhaps if they're going to try and escape now, we need to have some sort of preventative measures for them to for escaping. So we're going to look into that shortly. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put down a fence. The best idea would be to put down a perimeter wall. But perimeter walls are very expensive, and I'm not entirely certain if they're not going to escape that way towards the west. What's the point of putting a perimeter wall up in the west? Also, where do I put the perimeter wall? Because I have such a large area to expand into over there. If you just heard, my phone may have gone off. Let me just check that. So yes, so today, other updates include, look at this beautiful new kitchen. There are a few things missing. There's a massive hole, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. I may do something like this, which would be pretty neat. If I put a cooker collection there, and a fridge conglomeration there, and maybe two walls between them, or one there and one there, which will increase the amount of space I can work with. Also, this place is massive, and what happens when you have a massive place? You might want to hire 2 more cooks to help Barry and whatever his other name was, because I remember Barry the cook. So we've got these two, I don't know. I don't like naming characters because I have to remember what I named them. So as you can see here, my infirmary is very... Oh no, sorry, yeah, my mistake. My infirmary is not full of sick people. It's full of people who are doing... Is it the drug course? I don't know, teaching treatment of drug addiction. Yeah, so that's the drug addiction course. If I wanted to, I probably should increase the size of the infirmary to incorporate more people. Okay, another thing that we were starting on is this. We have put a new cell block... Yeah, new cell block has gone in. I'm quite pleased about that. It's another 16 cells. It probably will just about take us up to 70 something odd capacity. Well, we've got 8 in each of these, so that's 24 in each column, so it's 48 in those 2, 56, 64, 72. My maths is correct. All I'm doing is adding 8 onto numbers, so that's... yeah. So let's pick up the pace here a bit, guys. We've got 16 people trying to build stuff here. They've just removed all my tunnels. I've released 2 people on that early release, which is another $6,000 in the kitty. So at day 12, with 111,000 in the bank, I'm sitting pretty. My prison valuation is $280,000, which means that if I wanted to, at any point around now, I could just stop the prison and say, start a new one, and I'm going to, instead of having the original 30,000 to start off with, I will have 280,000 to start off with, which would be pretty cool. One thing you'll notice, oh yes, we have some places where there is no water. That's because it's too much of a stretch for it to travel. But most of the pipe work isn't in yet. Hang on, why have I put that? No. Cancel that one. We'll go with what we've got. I'll stick with the courage of my convictions and see if you can fix this one. Whatever people are angry about, they're no longer angry about it because my danger level is going down. Not that my danger level was... Well, my danger level was quite high. I mean, we've had an escape attempt. Another 3 grand in the kitty. So, yes, I'm going to put down one of these. One of the things that we call be an armoured door. Oh, great, I've overstretched my... Oh, yeah, great, here we go. Oh. Oh. Yeah, bye-bye power. That's a good place to store an ingredient. Why are you doing things so unhygienically? Switch on. Thank you. There we go. In fact, I've got enough money. Why don't I just fill the whole space up? There we go. That's only 4 grand to fill the capacitor banks. So the next time I'm going to have a power outage, I'm going to have to build a new power station. I'm not entirely certain you can have more than 16 capacitors around a single power station. I know they have to be these capacitors have to be connected to... Is there any hard and fast rule about... Does it tell me? Increases the amount of electric generated when placed next to a power station. So it has to be next to a power station. I don't think it can be next to another power cell. Which is what I was going to go on about. So, yes, clearly I'm not getting enough juice from this pipe, so I'm going to add an additional pipe in across here and hope for the best. I'm also going to change this and this. Maybe that could help. That will always help. What the... okay. Yeah, you guys. Yeah, another thing that's noteworthy, I should say, is this space here. You may be well aware that I have just rambled on about absolutely nothing over the past... I haven't got anything done. I don't think there is anything to do. I'm up to 72 prisoners. I'm very excited to get them in. It's another 20 prisoners. Yeah. I've got enough space to afford to seat 72, haven't I, in my canteen? Yes. This canteen, I don't think... I've got an issue here that if we are going to expand the prison any more from this, I am going to have to build either a new canteen or I'm going to have to relocate that one because I've ran out of space. But I could always spend 20 grand on getting this plot of... That is 20 grand, isn't it? 30 grand, $30,000 on getting that plot of land down there and expanding this way into this space here. I mean, that's quite an extensive plot of land for 30 grand. What the... Why? Okay. So, yeah. What we've got 20 minimum security prisoners turning up in 3 hours. 8 prisoners are up for parole. 2 families are waiting to visit. I want to micromanage, if you please. Because I think I can put another parole hearing in here. And there. I mean, that's over an eat time, so maybe not. Hello, parole hearing. So there we go. 8 PM's not an eat time, is it? Policy. No. Oh, where is it? I've lost it. Where's my schedule regime? Oh, 8 PM is a... Oh, well, screw you all then. You want to get out, you don't want to eat. Have I got 2 eat times? No, I could take up yard time if I wanted to. I could micromanage it the other way. I can't be bothered. Yeah, this common room's going to be too small for all this lot. Maybe now is a good time to start thinking that if I am going to have 72 people in this yard, that I start building the yard to accommodate 72 people, as opposed to having the same size yard and same equipment as I had when there were 16 people in it. That would be a very sensible idea. So I'm going to take it. I may even add, there's an autosave. I may even add a few extra phone booths in here. That sounds like a very good idea. Yeah, one time earlier I was talking about taking the prison and 6,000 prisoner release fee. Excellent. I was talking earlier about taking this prison, selling it and starting a new one. I thought that'd be a good idea. I was playing on a previous map, a test one, if you like, and I had events turned on, and I was I'll say I got a little bit narked, because this one event was, the first event was, oh, we're going to spend 72 hours, take all your, take all the radios out of common rooms. So fine, I did that, then 72 hours were over, put them all back in. Let's take TVs out. And then all of a sudden that event was over and the next event was triggered and it just went, yeah, there's a fire. And my power station blew up. Can you imagine my surprise when I just went, my power station is on fire, and it took out all the power in my prison, pretty much all the power in my prison. I was messing around with my second power station at the time, so some of it was still working. But I had no power in my prison. I had angry people being tasered all over the place. It was just a mess. Anywho, let's stop focusing on what's happening on another map. Let's focus on this one. I've taken my 20 people in, and they are being moved. Which is a very dangerous thing to do, because some of these might... This guy's an ex-law enforcement. He wants to be punished. No, he doesn't. He wants to be put in protective custody. So I haven't done half the things that I usually do on this sort of thing. Tristan Jaramillo. Jaramillo? I don't know. Make up your own sort of name for him. I'm going to call him Tristan. This guy. He's a snitch. He needs to be protected. Schwanz. Yeah, one of the dangers is they put people in with characteristics like snitch and ex-law enforcement. When the game gets more advanced, when you start playing with other people, you can recruit people to give you information. But the more you recruit them to give you information, the more likely they are to be killed. So that looks bad on your permanent record if you get someone killed. We advise not to do that. So if you put people... the game gives you protective custody, so you can put people into... Oh, thanks. Warren Wallace is having a poo. Thank you so much. And this guy, Gas Kesty, is having a wee. It could be worse. I have had a guy standing at a gate after being tasered for an escape attempt. He just stood there while the guards just hopped up to round in the yard with other people, and these two guys just went, soiling suit. And I'm like, thank you for that. That mental image is going to scar me for the rest of the day, if not longer. But now I've shared it, so you can all join in my disdain and my dislike of the soiling suit. Mark Blake is a 19-year-old. He's in prison and he's phoning his family. What are you in for? Handling stolen goods. Oh, you didn't even do anything big, did you? It's not like you possession with intent to supply or anything. You're just in here for like a week thing. But fortunately, I don't think you're in for very, very long. Felix Cat, however... Sorry, Boris Cat. Different map. Different name. 01000010. World's famous computer hacker. He was sentenced to life for hacking NASA, the CIA, FBI, International Internet Hub. He escaped after only 12 days when prison servers got DDoS. He left only Nyan Cat and lolboat memes in his wake. That is the best. I've never heard that one before. He's serving life. Most of it's well, he's got a long list of convictions here. He's got possession with intent to supply, perjury, bribery, forgery, shoplifting, fraud, And he's in again for bribery and another count of fraud. What's going on? Dave Mack is now in solitary confinement. Lucky Mac. If this was your second time, it would make the return of the Mac joke. Taishu Mamenoki Koduma? Well, the A is lost under the close button. 34 years. If you own anybody who's in minimum security who's most likely to pass the foundation education course, he is your man, because he's got 34 attempts at it. However, he has a reoffending chance of 68%. It probably means he spent 5 days in my prison. He's slipped under the radar quite a bit. He's got no chance of parole. Let's put it that way. If he's got a 68% chance of reoffending, he ain't getting out. Sweet, I'm getting a load of money in. Every single time I get some money in, it's going to push my valuation up. I'm now at 300,000. So you can now tell, if you haven't noticed already, I am half tempted to sell this prison. I've got a lot of thoroughfare through this. I'm half tempted to sell this prison just on the sole fact that just minimum security are not interesting. They do not cause any sort of hassle. They're not... I mean, yes, maximum security are just going to... I could just say, okay, close this prison to minimum security and start putting normal security in. Maybe that would work. They would mix for a while, then I would end up with a lot of medium securities, and then I can go to high security. However, I thought that for my second prison, maybe I could go with a medium-sized map instead of starting with a small. Who knows? Maybe I could just build a medium security wing on the side in this area over here, because I've got a big enough minimum security for me to say, yes, you lot be just self-sufficient, and I'll just go plop in a space over here. I don't know. It's all sorts of possibilities. All kinds of things could happen. I mean, we're not limited. I'm not going to limit myself to saying what I was going to do. 1 prisoner is due for release. 5 prisoners are up for parole. 2 visitors are on site in 1 group. Well, on the plus side, I haven't had any escape attempts. I'm going to call it there for this episode. I think I've got absolutely nothing done. What are you doing? Get in there, gardener. It's also a very good time. If I've got hiccups, I don't want to be doing this. These guys are all going to the reform program. Great. Ah, the metal detector's working. Lovely. I suppose one thing I'd like to do before closing this prison down and starting a new one is to try and escape from it. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, maybe I'll try that sometime. As for now, I'm going to leave it there. So, thank you for watching. Again, I'm going to do my like and subscribe. I don't like doing the like and subscribe. I'm going to try and see if I can set up a Patreon account. Then I can say people can throw money at me. There's always my PayPal account. If you like what I'm doing, that is, of course. Don't throw money at me. I mean, I don't mind if you just come up to me in the street or on the internet and go, "Here's some money, throw cash." But you know, I like to think that if you want to throw money at me, I'll do something for it. Prostitution. No. Oh, crap, I can't put this video right now, can I? Yes, I'm going to leave that on there. Thanks for watching. There might not be another video. Bye!